2nd.
This call is now.
Can you stop talking? Because we're trying to introduce the show.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Taylor. Hey, welcome back to the Disney News Podcast. My name is Abbott, and we have Taylor and Taylor. Our special guest, Word Your Heart today. Our special guest is Chris, the DCL Cruising Dad. Please tell me I got that right.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Chris, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited.
Very cool. Very cool. So, I would ask, like, how'd you get the name? But you have the name for a reason. You are you are officially our first and are probably going to be tapping into, based on how we assume it goes, our episode. But we're going to be tapping into you with questions, quick go to pro tips. I don't know, like, you have quite the itinerary when it comes to our repertoire, when it comes to anything and everything Disney Cruise Line. And honestly, I'm a baby Disney Cruise Line goer. I just reached silver status because I've been on numero uno. And Taylor, what have you been on DCL wise so far?
One. Going on my 2nd in February. So
there it is. And I'm going on my 2nd, actually I have 27 days. 28 official days, but I'm jonesing. I'm on the edge of my seat. The anticipation is palpable, for lack of a better phrase.
How was your check-in process?
We did, for the first time, concierge.
Oh, okay.
Concierge, yes.
Very nice.
And we booked that cruise as soon as we got back in the car from the Disney Treasure, because we did that second embarkation, did the week long. And you said pre-show, dedicating that amount of time for 1 week, having that amount of time allotted. The only way that it worked for us is that I work in higher education and we get a week and a half off at Christmas. That's the only way we can make that happen, and I'm even struggling to pull my daughter out of the middle school she just started as well. She's gone from teeny tiny, itty bitty little tiny private Catholic elementary school to bam, like 2,000 enrollment, middle school, whatever. So even trying to get that time off for her, just from a Monday through Friday, which our next cruise is going to be. You good, Taylor? Because you sneezed and coughed at the same time. I've never seen that accomplished.
Leave it to me. Yeah.
I'll leave it to you just to ruin the flow. Like, here you go, monkey wrench in the gears of a podcast. Wow. Jeez. Surprised you're going ear on your screen. But no, I'm sorry, Chris. It's not normally like this, but it is like this all the time. But no, we're doing, as soon as we got back on the boat, or got back in the car from the boat from our one and only 7-day cruise on the Disney Treasure, and we did all those stops. We went all in on that cruise, and I'm like, you know what? It'll be another year or two. We'll space it out. We'll save our money. We're not.
Yes, you're right.
My wife Emily says, what if we did another cruise? And I'm like, you can look. I mean, it's fine to window shop, right? We hadn't even left. I don't think we even got to Daytona Beach by the time we had already put the deposit down. Yeah. For the concierge, 4 days on the high seas, Halloween.
Yeah. Because you had texted me and or we had just talked and you were like, we're putting in the next cruise. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Where are y'all? And I think y'all literally had just gotten to maybe right before Daytona when that had happened. Yeah.
Absolutely. There is no other way around it. It just, the excitement, because you had such a great trip. You want to keep that going. You want to, and you always want to have something. Of course, any person that books a Disney vacation, they want something to look forward to, right? They want something to bank on, and it's just such a great experience. You hit that high,
Oh yeah, it helps with the Disney blues after your trip ends. To have something booked ready for the next time.
We dedicated an episode about a year, maybe 2 years ago, to the Disney hangover, right? Yeah. And we tried to define it. We tried to define what is the Disney hangover, right? And to me, it was not the initial, when I looked up, Wikipedia or I don't know, whatever AI bot I typed in the search engine, it said that Disney hangover was being overstimulated, doing too much Disney. You're just ready, and you do hit a wall, but that's in the parks. And I thought, I want to try something different. I want to hurry up just to slow down. And from my point of view, yes, I want to be sure that there was more bang for the buck. And I promise we're getting to you, Chris, because we're going to open let the floodgates for you just to unload on us right here. But for me, you mentioned your 16-year-old son. My oldest son is high functioning autism. Okay. And so he's like I didn't say, I was about to say, like I said, for him, he has more auditory sensory sensitivity. So a lot of the rides, loud noises can become a little overwhelming for him. He can get a little overstimulated. And so I had some major issues about him being on the boat in the middle of the ocean, going all the way to Cozumel for our first port of call on the Treasure.
Yep.
But I'll tell you something, it seemed like he saw the world in a new light that trip, because he could come and go as he pleased. Everything that he does, and we're regimented for the most part, but he said, "Hey, Dad," he can have somewhat of a consistent, cohesive conversation with me, which apparently I can't do at all when I'm trying to record anything or talk in general. Diarrhea of the mouth. Thank you so much. But he had such a great time between the movie theaters, the dinner shows, and to me, the product that DCL offers compared to the parks is absolute night and day. Absolute night and day. And so I can only imagine that you've had nothing but positive experiences. And I say that I'm kind of reaching out just a little bit tentatively, kind of walking on eggshells. And I say that, but I imagine that, those highs only get better. Or what is your version, and why are you so into DCL?
Yep. So our my cruising background, well, Disney background overall, growing up, I think as a family went to the parks once or twice as a young child, and then I think it was 1992, and on our first Royal Caribbean cruise, and as far as Disney cruising, my wife, her first employer back in, I think it was 2014. It was a very small IT company, and as a bonus Christmas present, Sarah, myself, and Jake, who at the time was Oceaneers Club and Lab level, and her two bosses, as a whole family, we actually went on the Disney Dream, a 3-night sailing to Nassau and Castaway, and I really didn't quite know what was going on. Like, I got a sample of what Disney had to offer with cruising, but it really wasn't until the second cruise that we went on that was 2018 on the Magic. And that was all four of us, Brooklyn, my daughter, Jake, my son, Sarah, my wife, and then my sister and her husband, and then my dad also joined us on that sailing. And that was what really sold me on Disney Cruise Line. Us all dressing up for the dinners, the kids decorating the door, Jake absolutely loving the Oceaneers Club. Brooklyn went to the nursery while we all went to Palo dinner, and Pirate Night. I can't tell you, I remember it so vividly. I still have the photo on my phone of my wife sitting on the top deck with Jake and Brooklyn in her lap, with us all dressed up, glow sticks, and just feeling the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song blasting while Pirate Mickey is ziplining from one funnel to the other funnel, and the fireworks, and it just, there's hard words to describe it unless you actually get to experience it. And I was sold. We have a cute little video of my daughter dancing in the atrium. She has a bell dress to match where we're eating that night, and she's dancing, and then she all of a sudden sees the atrium statue, which on the Magic is Helmsman Mickey. And she goes over and starts rubbing the foot and is so excited to see Mickey. And it's those little things that we get to experience since then on all the cruises that just have so many lovely memories. So fast forward, the Disney Dream that we went on Labor Day was My wife and I's 15th sailing, a little different than the kids.
Oh,
My
wow.
wife and I went on our honeymoon on a Disney cruise, which was a really nice 8-night sailing on the Fantasy.
Oh, wow.
Which so many great memories for that. And basically, really, our family vacations since we got bit by the cruise bug in 2018 really have been mainly Disney cruise vacations. I actually haven't taken the kids to the parks yet. And some of that is because of how complex and lightning lanes, this and that, different reservations. I have our Disney sailings down to a complete science. I have packing lists for 3, 4, 5, and 7-night sailings. Like we have it pretty much down to a science. And I do look forward to eventually taking the kids to the park, but this is, I feel like going on a Disney cruise is our bread and butter.
It really is.
We've been to Castaway a couple times, but this was our second time to Lookout. And just the little things over the years that I've learned in fall of 2022, my wife was seeing how much I was enjoying helping people in the Facebook groups and all these Word documents that I had. She's like, oh, you should just start a website and a blog. And I was like, all right, here we go. So I went on, grabbed all the socials for DCL Cruising Dad, and I made my first website. I am a pharmacist by trade. I am not IT savvy or technology savvy whatsoever. My wife, I rely on her for a lot of that stuff. She is an IT expert. So I built the website, and then back in around March of 2023, I didn't like how it was functioning, so I basically threw it out and redid it. I moved it over to Squarespace, and it's been much easier for me to format everything and organize everything, and that's where it started, March of 2023. And I haven't looked back since then. My before I started the DCL Cruising Dad blog, I was a big foodie. I used to love, I still do love taking photos of the food, restaurants we go to. I'm a Google reviewer also, just for fun. And I remember there was one time we were on one trip and I went to the restroom, the food got delivered, and my daughter's like, no one can touch the food until daddy gets back. Like, yep, they know the rules. So basically the website continues to grow and grow, especially as the fleet goes and more vacations we go on, the more and more photos I have that I get to share with everyone. And what's nice about the website, I really try to make it as user friendly. And really my goal out of the website is really for someone to come learn something that they maybe don't know or have questions on, and then they're able to take that and make their vacation a little more magical. There's no ads on the website. There's no Amazon stuff to click on and sell or anything like that. I just want someone to go on and be like, oh, this is perfect. This answers my question. And bam, that just took their vacation from an 8 to a 9 or a 9 to a 10. So that's my real goal for the website and all the videos I put out on the socials is it's not so much of telling a story. It's more of, hey, we're going to go on this sailing and I want to show my kids what the food is for this restaurant or what the kids clubs looks like, or even, oh, we missed that pirate show. I wonder what it looks like on the Wish or the Dream. And you can go there and watch it.
There you go. Well, I mean, 15. So what is are you diamond status? What is your current
platinum?
level?
We're platinum on the way to Pearl, hopefully one day.
Wow.
One day.
I was about to say, how many cruises do you have to go on to have your name on the wall of fame?
Yeah, there's 50. You have to complete 50 sailings to be on that for Castaway. One day. That's a very expensive piece of wood. I hope that one day have a family name on there.
I was about to say, I think you're well on your way, but so
you're gonna.
How
you're
often
gonna be able to do it?
Oh yeah, no, I was about to say, with the momentum that you have going now, and the fact that you're taking us with you on your next cruise, thank you for that. No, outside of the lame jokes, which I'm full of, and Taylor can definitely piggyback on that because his are even lamer. No, how many cruises do you actually Do you go on per year or annually? You know, like what's your average?
I would say it's between 3 and maybe 5 at the most. We've backed off a little, so
Yeah.
there's a couple 3 nights that well, not always, but we have done in the past and probably will continue. Our kids are off on President's Day in February.
Sure.
So that's a perfect kind of getaway. And then Labor
Nice.
Day has always been a very nice, quick getaway. So we kind of try to do those 3 nights. And then we'll book a longer one in the summer when the kids get out. Being in
Nice.
Nashville, Tennessee, the kids are out the second to third week in May.
Okay.
So we'll try to get on a sailing as soon as the kids get out. It won't be as expensive nor as hot when everyone else gets out in June and July. And then we're back the first week in August in school.
Wow.
So the only other times we would snag a sailing was the kids have a week off in October for fall break, and then a week off in March for spring break. Sometimes cruises will line up that well in the past.
Yeah.
Like for this past March, we went on the Treasure. But usually I would say it's about 3. I would say those 3 nights, which kind of help scratch the DCL itch, and then a longer sailing in the summer.
I got you. I've never done the 3-day cruise. Hence, I've only done a real I did what I tell my friends like, hey, you know, how was the cruise? And I said, well, they said, is that your first cruise? And I actually admit, yeah, that's my first official cruise, because when I graduated from high school, I went on what was called the Timu of cruises. Little did I know that is what it would be today. That's the only comparison. You think the Margaritaville is of a class all its own? This was the Port Canaveral Cruise Lines.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the legitimate. And I'm surprised it doesn't have like a poop cruise documentary or some kind of like attachment to it like that, because it was the sketchiest. It was like the lounge singer was like, hit it, boys. You know, just it was that kind of situation. Casino. And as soon as we got on the ship, I mean, we're just like these 18-year-old children getting on the ship. We're not even in international waters. Now, I may be wrong. Like as soon as I cross the threshold of stepping on that teeny tiny 4-level ship, because that thing might as well have been a dinghy compared to all the holy crap. That's actually what a real cruise ship looks like. I kept going up, and I'm from small town South Carolina, so I know nothing compared to this, what I thought was a big cruise ship. Oh, was I wrong? They were serving us drinks. It was the most sketchy, inappropriate, and I'll be honest with you, it rubbed me the wrong way. Now, Taylor, on the other hand, he has been on, I mean, how many cruises growing up at this point? Like you said, Royal Caribbean.
Close to 30.
Nice.
Yeah, close to 30.
Yeah. So Taylor's got a lot of great experience, not with the Disney Cruise Line, but that's why you're here apparently. But no, so he's got great experience. But we've had this ongoing conversation. We're not trying to make it political. We're not trying to stir the pot. But things within the parks, especially Walt Disney World, are very controversial. And I actually had a point of contention the last time we went. It wasn't as fun. And I'm not trying to get the best bang for the buck, but but I'm not, because I want that experience. I lost that Disney magic. I lost the butterflies in the stomach, that anticipation right before you walk into the parks. DCL is just so much different, Now, I was spoiled, I was spoiled because it was a 7-day cruise. It was a 7-day cruise, right? And it really was just, this is a dream come true. You will have to take my cold, lifeless body off this ship to make me leave. Like, I'm barricading myself in this room, go away. I need my chicken tenders, and those things are legit. But the 3-day cruises, I keep hearing about, it's not enough. Like the happy medium is that 4 to 5 day cruise. And I've heard this from different Disney-based YouTubers, and they get paid to do this stuff. They get paid to give their opinion, and no one would pay me. They pay me to shut my mouth, guaranteed. But what does that compare to? You've been on that 8-day cruise, week-long cruise. I can only imagine what a 3-day cruise is like, because as soon as you get on, it feels like it's off, and perspective is everything. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So our family sweet spot is a 5-night, just
5 nights.
For reference. But the 3 nights, I find they're kind of perfect for a weekend Holloway getaway, someone that's not trying to take off too much PTO. And it's also really nice to pair it with a parks trip if you're going out of Port Canaveral or you want to take the Bright line up from Fort Lauderdale or something like that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, you're basically getting on midday. Let's just say Friday. Let's say a Friday to Monday.
Yeah.
You're basically Friday. You get on the ship. You try to have a little lunch. Then you have your drill. Then you have dinner, and then before you know it, there's a show. You're off to bed. And then you have a full day, and then you're basically getting off the ship. So it is extremely quick. It's perfect for those families that they're not quite sure how the motion sickness is going to go. If they've never been on a cruise before and they just want to kind of get their feet wet a little. I know a lot of people also try to push a 4-nighter for that exact reason too. That way you have one more kind of full day before you feel like you're getting off. Some people on 3-night sailings don't even unpack their luggage, just live right out of their suitcase because before you know it, you're gonna be packing it back up. I find like I know a lot of people sometimes feel they don't also get to know some of their servers. So with Disney and the rotational dining, you get to dine in each restaurant on a separate night, and then your staff will rotate with you. So the beautifulness of Disney Cruise Line is the longer your days, the more and more you get to know your staff. They become part of the family. They know what kind of drinks or specialties that you and your kids want. So you think, hey, by the way, by having a longer cruise, this likelihood is going to happen more often. But ironically, this past sailing that went on Labor Day, I actually had the best serving staff I've ever had. So don't let a 3-night think or trick you saying, oh, the Disney magic and the serving staff is not going to be as well as you would on a 5 or 7-nighter. But Bronco from Serbia on the Dream. And the reason why I mentioned that is if you are sailing on the Dream, let's say, and you hear this podcast in the next 6 months to a year, and you want to contact your travel agent or Disney Cruise Line, I would highly recommend you request him. He was outstanding. And I mean that. I mean, with this being my 15th sailing, I took a photo with him at the end, and I said, I want to let you know that all the podcasts I'm going to be on, I'm going to mention your name all the time because the knowledge that he had of the menu was pretty much so intricate. When the dish came out, he explained it. He also kind of knew. So, for example, one of the pasta seafood dishes at one of the restaurants on the Dream is very, very seafoody. And I remembered that from the first time we got it. And it was amazing because as soon as I mentioned it, we were going to get it this time. He's like, I don't think I would get that because it is very seafoody tasting. And I was like, wow, it blew my mind. Like you're going to know the intricacies and exactly guide us. He's like, I'm going to bring you this dish, but I'm going to also bring you your dinner. That's how he kind of set up this 3-night. And the interactions he had with my daughter was awesome. He asked, what is your favorite thing? And she said watermelon. And he did this beautiful display. And every night she got a big plate of watermelon right before the meal started. So it was little things like this that really had me amazed. And I almost wished I was on a longer sailing to get to spend more and more time with him.
Yeah, because I'll piggyback off that real quick. So in May, we did a 4-night just to get our feet wet for my 2 little girls and my wife, my mother-in-law, my mom, myself. So 6 of us. 4 nights to me is a little bit too. It's not enough. And I know I've talked to Abbott about this. And I haven't talked to you to tell you this recently, but the other day, my oldest daughter came up to me and said, when are we going on a cruise again? I want to go back. I'm like, okay, well, we've got one for February, and it's going to be a 7-night, and it's going to be on the Treasure. So get ready for it.
That's legit.
But so I agree with you. It's I can't see doing a 3-night. I'm sure it's cool and everything, but I mean they're not cheap.
No,
That's the
they're
thing.
not. The one thing that I was a little nervous about is because when we get home, and Chris, I assume this is the case for you at your house as well, unless you actually are, a parent, because I'm just kind of like, when we get home, we have to decompress, right? The weekends are not long enough. I'll roll right out of bed to go right back to my job, my desk, and deal with more. Yeah. But I really thought, because we did a normal stateroom, we didn't have a balcony. We just did the basic of everything on the Disney Treasure. We didn't know, right? We didn't know. Not only was it the greatest test of my patience with my children, but it really was the greatest bonding experience that we had. We really rallied as a family, when it came down to we kind of split the difference, because we were there for New Year's, because we went, we did a park day at Animal Kingdom and then got on the boat, embarked that next day, right?
Okay.
And it was pretty much the 27th through January 4th. Or January 3rd was our cruise. And so we had New Year's. We got to celebrate, the countdown, which was amazing, right? But it was wonderful because I could trust my youngest son. At the time, he was 8. He could check himself into the Oceaneer Club. He knew exactly where to go. He's not going anywhere, hopefully. And at the same time, he could kind of, and we have an air tag, we have one of those specialized monkey backpacks. It's a little extra. It's actually a straight jacket. No, that's shaken up. It's really cute. It really goes well. No, but we could just kind of come and go as we please, but we could divide and conquer. If there was something I wanted to do, I could go off and do it for 45 minutes to an hour. I would always, of course, have a child with me, because you take him with you now. No, I'm at my wit's end. You have to take him. And that's always my youngest. But regardless, it was so many questions were unanswered between the rotational dining, the staff. We had Dewey. And we had Oscar. Dewey was a sleight of hand, shorthand magician, or close-up magic. And he was pulling cards out of left and right. He was doing these coin tricks where he's pulling and now, of course, I'm easily entertained. I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, and I'm still wondering why the wife. I know, Taylor, I agree with you. And your wife probably goes, you know what? I lost a bet, but I'm just going to stick with it. I hear you. But honestly, Chris, it was every week. It was so entertaining. It felt like home, because not only are they cutting the steak for my oldest son, because he does have some dexterity issues, and he did ask. He was very patient. He was very understanding, and I didn't assume that people would just kind of dismiss us, but I just kind of thought that it's just a job, and I'm stuck on this boat with all these other people, but they really did go above and beyond it. And right then and there, when I just saw everyone, because you had that moment, we were doing the Coco rotational dining. We did the Coco, and I couldn't see anything. I was kind of getting stressed because I wanted to get the full experience. But I didn't make that request, but I didn't know. But Dewey asked me if he saw that I was getting a little kind of antsy, a little frustrated, because I was just kind of going kind of wish we were closer early. But I said, I'm not trying to complain. But she's like, too late now. Okay, well, here, let's open the floodgates. No. He said, is everything okay? And I just said, no, we're a little further back. He goes, honestly, it's a great show, but you're not missing. And so he was able to kind of divert. He was able to provide more entertainment to the children when he saw them kind of getting antsy, because we don't have access. We didn't do the internet package. There are no phones allowed on that cruise. The only reason you have your phone is to check the itinerary, to check the activities,
Yep.
And I had that moment where you were talking about Pirate Night, Captain Mickey, ziplining from one point to the next. I had a moment in that it was one of the most chaotic moments, but where I just kind of sat there and just went, this is exactly where we need to be right now. And it really was just such a great, warming, just a great family moment. And it's what they call hashtag core memory. I don't know if you use terms like that. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm learning how to keep up with the times, which is not the case. But we just had such a great time, But with having a great time, have you had any times that were, not up to your standards, so to speak? Because we do expect certain things,
Yeah, I would say we've definitely been on a couple sailings where either the servers just they weren't just firing on all cylinders, and there are a couple times where we would just be honest and just talk to them, and we would be like, what could we do to make it easier. You could kind of tell when they maybe have one too many tables and things are
Yeah.
taking a little longer. And we've been on a 7-night sailing that we had that issue, and they actually brought in someone that was earning their ears as a third helper, and that really helped kind of improve the flow.
Nice.
Knock on wood, we really haven't had any issues with any stateroom hosts. They always seem to surprise me, and they love when we tell them we've been on so many cruises, because then they think outside the box for a different type of towel animal.
Oh, wow.
And they're so
That
excited
is so cool. Yeah.
to try something new. But yeah, I think that was really the only kind of like hiccup that we had was, but honestly, they want that feedback, because they would much rather you talk to them than hold back, be unhappy, and mention it on the survey. They want that opportunity to make it right, whether it's a dish that you thought you would like and it wasn't cooked correctly, or doesn't taste good, or you guessed completely wrong. They want you to bring a second dish and make sure you are happy. So I'd tell you, if you ever are struggling with anyone, they definitely want the feedback during the sailing. And if you do talk to them and it doesn't get raised, guest services or a manager above them, you could politely talk to them also. But a lot of times the staff, the 4 core staff that you interact with are very, very interested in your constructive feedback or criticism during the sailing, to making sure that they want it to be just as magical for you as it is for them. And I've found over the years, the more interactive you are with them, the more they do interact with you back. What we always ask about their family, where they're from, how many cruises have you been on, and they love sharing that stuff. They're super proud to be like, oh, I've been on this ship. Have you been on this ship? And then if you remember your staff, they're like, oh, I know this. And, you'd be amazed how, even though there's so many different Disney Cruise Line ships, how the staff do know each other. They've known each other from over the years. So it's kind of fun to kind of play that game. Hey, do you know X, Y, and Z on this current ship? So at the end of the day, if you're not happy, I would definitely talk to someone and give them the opportunity to make it better for you.
Yeah, I noticed that guest services line. As soon as we got on, they announced our name. I knew that much. I knew that insider hack, like, just don't buzz right through. Just don't act like you're in the joint like the Kool-Aid man. Like, have them, announce your name. It's extra magic. And as soon as we get on that ship, you're just kind of like, okay, this gangway is kind of nice, but that was such a nice touch, But Taylor, would you agree that the product that DCL offers compared to the parks is
100% better? Oh my gosh, it's not even a comparison. To me,
what was the thing what stood out to you though on your most recent trip?
It reminded me of how Disney used to be, the park used to be.
Exactly what I was going to say.
It's how it's the family atmosphere. It's going above and beyond to make it what Walt Disney created, the magic, to make you feel like you step into somewhere where you don't have a care in the world. You can leave all your troubles behind, and you're going to be treated like you're honestly a VIP. And that's how the cruise line felt to me. We are doing, as I said, we're doing the Treasure for 7 days in February, and we're thinking about adding a park a day before and a day after.
Oh, nice.
We're thinking about back and forth. But when we went the last time, we did a park before, and we did 2 or 3 days after the cruise. I would have rather just been on the ship instead of going to the parks, because it was just, I feel like the cast members, no offense to the cast members, but they're ruder in the parks if they were anywhere close to that rudeness on the ship, they wouldn't be on that ship, so to speak. So.
No, you're right about that, Chris. This time around, I kind of piggybacked on what Taylor's strategy was, because we did do a park day before. I think it's you should do it after. Have that one extra bit of magic. No. Tell me. Okay, this is what we're doing.
No, I obviously don't have any experience because we haven't taken the kids to the parks.
Yeah.
From everyone that I've talked to, they love doing the parks first, because then you get that kind of stress, that energy out, and then you get to relax on the cruise, and then you head home to reality. The one thing I was going to say is, if you are going to do the parks after, and you're hoping to get to the park the same day you get off the cruise, I don't think so. Sometimes Disney ground transfers, which I love and support 100%.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I've never done that.
Take you a little longer to get to the parks. So if you were in a rush to get to the park that day you get off the ship, I would almost book a private transfer, because you'll actually get to the parks much quicker than taking Disney ground transfer. So if you're doing one park day, I would definitely invest in a private transfer, or Uber, or taxi, kind of the same thing. But that way you'll max out your park day there, and then be exhausted for the flight home.
So Chris, we the day we got off of the cruise, we actually had the premier pass for Magic Kingdom that day.
Nice.
We got off as soon as we could. I think the bus was supposed to leave at 8. It left at 9. Wouldn't you know? We'd had everything planned out. Premier pass. We were going to hit everything. Wouldn't you know? We were stuck behind 3 different accidents.
Oh God!
We did not get to Magic Kingdom until 12:30 or 1 o'clock. We had dinner planned, so we were the last. And did they have Moonlight Magic or something? It was an extra hour event.
That was the one at the last the DDC one y'all did at
it was extra magic hours or something like that at Magic Kingdom where you pay.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, because you're Riviera.
Yeah. So we were the last 6 people in the park that did not pay, and they were supposed to close it down, I think, at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We got on Pirates of the Caribbean. We scanned our Magic Band. That was the last ride, because everything went down. All of Frontierland, all of Adventureland went completely dark because they had a thunderstorm.
Yep.
So I'm like, what the heck can go wrong? Now, everything comes back up. And this is when Wellesley was just getting on Tiana's for the first time.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
So she got on Tiana's. Everything came back up. She got on Tiana's at 9:40. We got off Tiana's at 9:55. My wife and my youngest, I called them. I said, meet us at Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
We're going to book it over there. We got off of Tiana's. We sprinted over there. We got and scanned our Magic Band at 10 o'clock. They let us on. We were the last ones, and we just exited out. So, yeah, I agree with you 100%. Private all the way.
Yeah, so about that for me and my family, because apparently you would think, like, why would you make it more difficult, or why would you want more stress in your life? Like, are you a masochist? Like, what's happening here? Like, really? Like, that's weird. No, we're doing we're hurrying up just to relax. We are doing a few park days after the cruise. So we're doing that the 27th or the 31st, and we get off, we disembark on Halloween. We're doing the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party at the Magic. It's at that evening. So we'll probably get there, because we can get there as early as, I think, 4:30-ish. 4. It will take our time, and we'll just kind of go from there. It'll be a late night, but we're doing it at least the way we think. I love where you're like, no, who would ever do such a thing? What idiot? No, I'm joking. No, but we're doing it because basically we have it spaced out to where we think it'll be nice and relaxing, but here we are. Probably not.
And I tell you what, you're gonna quickly learn that they're gonna have to pry you off the cruise by you going concierge. You're gonna wait for that 9:30. Excuse me, Abbott, you have to get off the ship. And I'm like, how do they know my name? Like, yep. You're like, sorry, it's concierge. It's time to go. And like, can I have 5 more minutes, please?
I'm gonna dress up like the staff. I'm gonna get my little name
Abbott,
tag.
Did you go concierge the first time?
No. We did not. Oh no. I have
we're going
one kidney
concierge for the.
that I would like to keep. Yeah, you're doing concierge for the treasure.
For the treasure.
Oh, nice.
A little bit of a flex right there. Okay, that's cool. So mine's not a week long, not Western. I'm joking. Yeah, we're
it's not a week long, but you get to see.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and you'll have extra help with the kids.
Very true. This is quite true. And Chris, just to kind of note what you were saying, the concierge, and I assume you've done concierge.
We did it once. We upgraded at the port. And,
you did? Oh wow.
It's I would say it's not really for
not your thing,
me
not your
and
bag.
the family. It just I think there were some things that we really did enjoy. It was on the Wish. We really liked the sun deck, and the offerings that were in the concierge lounge was really nice. But when we were there, you want to maximize so much of your concierge time that you almost feel separated from the ship.
Really?
Like we never made it to funnel vision and the pool deck. I mean, because we spent all of our time either on the lounge or the sun deck. So it was it was different, but we were blessed. We got the 1-bedroom room, so we had like a hot breakfast. So get to experience that was something we've never experienced before, and the room was outstanding. Like it was amazing.
Wow.
So it was kind of fun to get to experience the upgrade at the port. That whole so for all your listeners out there, if there are concierge or even upgradable rooms, once you get to the port on embarkation day, there will be a guest services line that you can go ask. So say you're in an inside stateroom and you want an ocean view or ocean view to veranda or any one of those 3 up to concierge, they will let you know what the offerings are. And the price that you pay is going from the category to the next category. It's not based on, I have 3 people in my room and Abbott has 5. So and it doesn't even matter if you bought a guaranteed stateroom. It's basically going to be, I'm going from a 4A to a 2B, for example. And there will be a sign that says no upgrades available if there are none available.
I got you.
So that's first come, first come at the.
It's good to know.
That's a rest. I've been trying to rack my brain. I've been watching the YouTube videos. You brought magic. That's the first time I've heard of that. I had no idea. That's awesome. Such good advice. Yeah. For all 2 people that are listening to us in the next 5 to 6 years, which, hello, anyone listening?
We could have a whole podcast on to get you guys ready for your treasure sailing. And then which one is the concierge? What ship are you doing?
Treasure.
Wish. Your treasure on Wish. Yeah.
Okay. So you're wishing your treasure. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. There's some great stuff. That treasure one. I love that sailing so much. There was so much to do, and your Coriander and Sage, your 2 special cast members. I mean, anytime you see anything with their name, go to it. Hands down. The Indiana Jones thing, the retelling of Aladdin in the Grand Hall, the Jungle Cruise. There's
what do you
so
mean,
many
Indiana Jones
awesome activities that are on the treasure that it's such a different sailing. There's so much to do. It's awesome. Really
That's so cool to hear. I underestimated Chris. I thought that I would have, because doing a podcast here and there, I thought I had maybe some extra insider Disney knowledge. We've had different people that have a little bit of history on different, eras of Walt Disney World and Disneyland history. Those people trying to win that medal on the for trivia, whatever the lounge.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like the height, like the exact height of the largest Disney castle. Apparently, I think it's Shanghai, and they for like an extra 10 points. Like the trivia host said, "All right, fine, just to challenge them, just kind of flip the script. Fine, exactly how many feet is it from top spire to ground level?" And I'm not talking forced perspective, blah blah. And the person went, exactly blah blah feet blah blah, and was able to spout it out at the I'm like, put your phone. No phone. That's just the knowledge of these people. They are hardcore, and I
didn't even know
jealous.
they had trivia.
Yeah. Oh, what in the world?
Yeah, your trivias are usually out of 20, and if you're not getting 18 out of 20, then
we lucky to get 10 in the skipper skipper's lounge right there, right across the Haunted Mansion. Yeah, right there for the Haunted Mansion parlor. We tried, like we did the the animation tutorial. Enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I didn't think I would enjoy that as much as I did. I am not artistically inclined at all. My skills are pretty much non-existent. You have realized that in the past however many minutes. So anyway, but that trivia, everything they had, it was overwhelming, the number of activities. Unfortunately, we weren't able with the travel agent at the time, we weren't able to get certain things that we wanted to. Like, we were able to get all the ports of call. Every port we went to on that trip, we were able to do an excursion for the most part. But I didn't know about the cabanas at Castaway Cay, or is it honestly, for the record, and for anyone listening, Chris, is it Castaway Cay or Castaway Key?
It is Key. It is. They go by the Bohemian pronunciation
Thank
of it.
you.
So that is why you'll hear Perfect Day at Coco Cay for Royal, and then Key for Disney's two private, one island, one private destination.
Thank you. You just settled an argument that I have with my wife for the past 6 months. So you hear that, Emily? 1-0. Anyway, I'll keep that in my back pocket. Too late.
Yeah.
No. So we weren't able to do like the wine tasting, the bourbon tasting. I was able to I got a haircut and a shave, and that service right there alone was amazing. This time around, the Hook's Barbery. Pan themed, and they also have a little speakeasy kind of bar situation there as well.
The 7th on October 7th is when we get to do our concierge stuff. Yep.
Is that day 1:30 from Shoreside? The email?
It is.
That should be.
Okay.
That should be.
Yeah, you're gonna send that at midnight at exactly 12 o'clock.
I sent mine like a week before my day. I just went ahead and just went, hey, I know this isn't guaranteed, but this is my itemized list of things we would like. And we didn't do a lot, but I didn't realize that you could keep making requests up until 11 days before your embarkation day. I didn't realize that.
Take that back real quick. It's this Tuesday.
Always planning ahead. This is why we do the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, we plan ahead. What's your name?
So you do the barber shop.
Barbery. Hook's Barbery, right, Chris? Yeah.
Hook's Barbery, you could get a shave or anything you want there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole menu of offerings. So with concierge, shoot them an email and they will email you basically everything that's offered on the sail, and you can pick and choose whether it's a port adventure that you want at a certain port, if there's a certain tasting you want, if you wanted to do a mixology class, if there's a Bibby Bobby boutique that you wanted for your daughters, if there is if you're going to Lookout or Castaway and you wanted a cabana, you can request one of those. Palo, so you're going to the Treasure, so Palo brunch, Palo dinner, Enchante brunch, Enchante dinner, Enchante dessert offerings. So at midnight on day 1:30, you guys are both Eastern Standard Time, so that's exactly midnight for you. Shoot them the email, and then in a couple days after that, you should see you either will get an email back saying what you got, or on day 123, it will show up in the app. And so if there's not something that you requested that's not there, make sure you check that day, because you're going to want to try to get that then before it starts to open up for Pearl on day 120. So you have a couple of days to add anything extra. And then also, if there is, it's different for concierge, but if you were a non-concierge, and there was something you wanted, that embarkation day, once you get on the ship, there'll be certain areas for like Disney, for dining changes or spa appointments or stuff like that, to go to get your appointment. So Disney will hold back some reservations for people to make on the ship once they're there. So if there was Apollo brunch, you could see if they have any offerings or get on the wait list. If there was a certain alcohol tasting, certain spa appointments, usually spas are pretty easy. The royalty. So Taylor, how old are your daughters? Did you say they were young?
They will be 5 and 2.
Okay, 5 and 2. Okay, so let's say the 5-year-old wanted to do on the Treasure. There's the Adventures with Tea with Royalty, which basically is a paid event for children. So you have to have a child that's under the age of 12, and then any adults or anyone else can go. That child or any children that are, I think, between 3 and 12 are going to be roughly $275, and I think the adults are 75. I'm not sure. I'm kind of going off my head here, but it's this basically royalty that they're going to have no tea, but they're going to have iced tea and drinks and stuff like that, and then snacks and finger foods, and then they're going to have like a little show. So on the adventure, so we have done Brooklyn, who is 10 now, but we have done them all on some of our sailings. We've done it on the Wish, which is Olaf's Royal Picnic. We've done it on the Fantasy, which is the Royal Court Tea, and then we've done it on the Treasure back in March. And basically, this is where Sage and Coriander are going to kind of tell a story of a empty Disney book. And they're going to go through 3 different stories, and 3 special characters are going to show up. And you're going to be involved and doing hand gestures and all this kind of interaction. It is really awesome. Your 5-year-old would probably all really loved it. We loved it. As far as ranking, I would say the one on the Adventure was number 1, Olaf's was number 2, and the ones on the 4 classic ships, the Royal Court Tea, was probably the 3rd favorite. On the Treasure, since it is a 7-night sailing, it is offered twice. So you might want to, since you're sailing concierge, if this is something that's interested you, and I could send you all my photos and notes from it and blah blah blah.
Yeah, please
but
do.
There's 2 offerings, so you might want to ask concierge what days they are, because let's say you're going to Jamaica, but you're not going to get off, or there might be one later that day, or there might be one on the sea day. So you can kind of pick and choose which one you want. But those are that one is a lot of fun. So going back overall, if there's something you never got on embarkation day, as soon as you get on the ship, that's the first thing you want to do. Whether it's if you wanted main dining, which is the first dining, and you got late dining, then you want to go to dining and see if you can get on the wait list. In the Disney Cruise Line app, once you're at that home port, whether it's Port Canaveral, Fort Lauderdale, once you connect to the ship's Wi-Fi and you go onto the app, you'll be able to see your entire itinerary, and it will tell you there where some of those changes can be made. Sometimes it's in the restaurants, sometimes it's guest services, etc. When you are sailing concierge, though, do not ever wait in guest services line. You always want to go to the concierge lounge to deal with anything.
Very good advice. That's sage advice.
You do not want to go to guest services and wait with everyone else. You are paying for that service.
True. Yeah, you're talking about like the experience I've had. Well, the experience you had with concierge, and yet again, I have yet to get on the ship and experience the full extent of concierge level. But the communication alone via email, because you're talking about, I made my list, and it took about, and I was going to wait for that email. It's like 5 to 7 business days, whatever, right? I did get the email, but I was like, I'm just going to check. Let me check my Disney Cruise Line Experience app. whatever it's called, and everything that I had requested from it's a liqueur and chocolate tasting,
Nice.
couples massage.
Mhm.
We were able to book at least we requested a table closer to the live stage show for the rotational dining. I think it's Arendelle. We're going,
Mhm.
yeah. I think it's the Frozen Dinner Show, and I've heard great things about it.
Yes.
Heard great things. But for the entertainment that we requested, but the one that I truly wanted was the Cabana at Castaway Key. We could say that for the record, Key. And I had everything that I requested. I'm like, I'm good. That's it. And my wife, Emily, and I were watching just a couple of reviews. We just wanted to kind of, we saw like we're sub 30 days getting, heading towards the cruise, the countdown. It's like, it's real. Like, it's like, we're jonesing for it. And I was like, let's watch a couple of YouTube videos to kind of like, cleanse the palate, kind of get us related to where we were. And somebody said, oh yeah, you can make another request for what I always do. Pro tip is make sure I have my beverage refrigerator filled before I get into the room. And I'm like, and Emily looks at me and she goes, please tell me you already did that. Did you do that? I'm like, sure, I did that. Just pretend you're not seeing what I'm doing via email on my phone. I sent that email that evening, this past Friday evening. They replied by the next morning and said, done. So I requested Coke, Diet Cokes, and some waters to be stocked in the fridge. And they reminded me that I could make requests up until 11 days before embarkation day. And I'm like, fantastic. That's such a great experience so far. Not even on the dang ship. So there you go.
The other thing that's really nice with concierge, so when you get on the ship, they will have a concierge sit-down lunch. On the Wish and the Treasure, I believe it's both going to be in 1923. Now you will have a little separate menu than everyone else that's going to be having embarkation sit-down lunch. There will be a poached lobster salad. That's different. I think the steak cut is different. And there's one other thing, might be an extra dessert or anything. Also at that embarkation concierge lunch, there are alcohol drinks included.
Yes.
I want to say it was wine and beers, maybe. I'm not 100%. I'm not a huge alcohol drinker. So I don't exactly remember, but I know there are some things included. Now, on the Wish class ships, none of the staff serving you is going to be concierge.
Okay.
So if there are things that you need handled, you will have to go to the lounge after the lunch to get that stuff situated.
Okay.
But and it is a longer lunch. So enjoy it. If you're itching to get in the pool or the pool deck, then don't do it. But it is a nice kind of quiet day. And the reason why they kind of have a little longer is your rooms will be ready earlier, being concierge, than everyone else. So I believe around 12:30, your rooms would be ready versus 1:30 to 2:30 for everybody else. So they kind of take their time, and hopefully you go right there and then go right to if you wanted to go right to your room, for example.
All right. So as far as on the Treasure, and Abbott, you can answer this as well.
You're good. I'm listening.
Treasure. Do they still have the cantina and the pizza place up top and all?
It's the same. It's all the same.
I'm going on a hunger strike the entire month of January, and that way I will be 150 pounds, and I will gain that 50 pounds back by Christmas or by the cruise.
Just remember that pool deck food is not all open till midnight. I know Goofy's Grill, the soft serve, and the pizza place are open late, but the barbecue and Donald's Cantina is typically just lunch.
Okay. Yeah, I love the fact that I'm like, don't be wasteful. And of course, I'm like, quit getting all that food, son. What do you do? He turned the corner, had like a thing of tacos, and he'd come back, I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, Dad, it's free. I'm like, well, and I just went, shut up, Dad. Yeah. I said it to myself, go get some chicken tenders. Shut your face and stick a chicken finger in there.
Go get 3 pizzas.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
That's what I did one night.
Shut up, Dad. Get pizza.
I've never eaten so much soft serve with my daughter before, except on a Disney cruise. Like, oh yeah, sure, 10:30, yep, 1:30, yep, 3:30, yep.
Yep.
And between any meal, there's always time for ice cream. We just went on the slide. Yep, let's get some ice cream.
Absolutely.
It's it's amazing.
Yeah, you're my princess.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Abbott, let me ask you a question with your son.
Please.
I've heard on some other podcasts that talk about children that have sensory issues. Have you ever considered bringing headphones to the dinners or some of the deck parties to kind of noise cancel out some of everything that's going on so that he could still experience it, but maybe
Sure.
not hear the highs and the lows of the sounds?
We have done that in the past, especially at the parks.
Okay.
But more so, he has a pair of AirPods with the noise canceling feature.
Okay.
So the kid, and he knows how to operate it better than I do. And honestly, I give him a lot of freedom. He is very independent. He'll just kind of, if he wants to come, he'll let us know if there's something that he doesn't want to do. He'll literally tell me like, Dad, can I just go hang out in the room? Absolutely. He just wants some downtime. So he'll kind of come at, like, of course, like if we go to a port and we have like an excursion or some kind of a planned event, you got to go. Like if we're all going to go as a family, sorry, son, Brennan Barrett, that's just the way it is. But honestly, he's just such a laid back, go with the flow kind of kid.
Oh,
We're
that's
in
good.
great shape. So I always said, like, if the good Lord said to me, all right, you're going to have a son with autism. Great. These are going to be the symptoms, his excesses, deficits, and whatever type of behavior, whatever the situation. He's honestly the most low key, chill child, the most respectful. Like, if anything, you look up, you have to get like a step ladder to give him a hug. He's like, he's pushing 6'2", and I'm like,
wow.
6'1".
Is he really?
He's about 6. Yeah, he's pushing 6. You'll see him in person next month. He's huge. Yeah, he's huge. He's like Ichabod. He's Ichabod Crane. He's Ichabod Crane.
Nice.
Yeah, literally.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if I see him standing at the end of the hallway upstairs at like the middle of the night, I'm going right back downstairs. I'm not willing to find out what Satan has in store for me at the other end of my house. I am good. Now, Chris, before we start pivoting towards wrapping things up, I want to know, because you just went to Lookout K, and you've been to so many different ports. What are some of the ports that have stood out to you in those excursions you've done on those ports? What's really stood out to you?
All right. So I would say, so there's two awesome ones that we've got to experience at Cozumel.
Yeah.
The first one, so there's a dolphin encounter and a dolphin swim. We did the dolphin encounter years ago when Brooklyn and Jake were a little younger. And then more recently, we did the dolphin swim, which you interact a lot more with them. They'll push you on the boogie board. You'll hold on to them. That was a lot of fun. Then we also got to see the manatee after. But my highlight at Cozumel, this on March, we actually did it. I heard on some other podcasts, this Alabrehe painting, kind of based on Coco, where you will go and learn about Alabrehes, all that you want to learn about. It was amazing. All this that we got to learn. You picked one out and then you got to color it, and those are awesome mementos to bring home. That, Taylor, if you're looking for a good one to sign up for, I would recommend that, because that is very hard to get. I think
I told my travel agent to look into that.
There was 20 people on our, because the room is small. There was probably 4 tables and under 20 people, and then so that one sells out or books out real quick. So that's a Disney specific one. So it's based on Pixar, so they're the only ones that have the fun license for that. That one was outstanding. We had a great tour guide that talked also about Cozumel. And then after that, we went to a cacao factory where they basically showed you how they made chocolate. The chocolate was awesome. That was a walking tour. At the end, we went in and bought chocolates for our stateroom hosts and some to bring home. But very overall, that probably was one of my favorite memory-making core memories. Yes, I use that a ton when I talked about that one. And that was awesome. Those 3 animals, or Alabrehes, are sitting in our living room. I get to see every morning all the paintings. They wrapped them up, make sure you carry
Yeah.
it home. I didn't pack it in any luggage or anything like that. That was
wow.
a outstanding port adventure. Let's see what is next. So at Castaway, we
Yes.
did the Stingray. Basically, you get to play with the stingrays and then feed them. Now, based on the weather, if the water is a little choppy, you still might get to play with them, but you won't get to feed them because basically it's like planks that they put the food on, and then they will come over and eat off of it. But that was a lot of fun. That's only about an hour on
Okay.
Castaway. Let's see what else. What are some awesome? That Alabreje one was amazing. At we went to Megan's Beach. I'm trying to think of. I think it was Megan's break. It was one where we went to we got off the ship, went on to a
Mhm.
smaller boat, took that boat to another boat that took to a Jeep that then took us to Megan's Bay, which Megan's Bay, it is quite easy to get to if you wanted to just get off the ship and just take your own
Mhm.
taxi there. Just know what time your
Yeah.
all aboard time is. But what was outstanding with that was we had a lunch included, and
Mhm.
the jerk chicken and the fish
Ooh.
that they served with their seasoning. And then also where we're at was where they had the original painkiller. It's a, drink that has coconut cream in it with
Yeah.
nutmeg. So getting to experience that, the beach was
Very cool.
gorgeous. That
Oh,
was
wow.
a awesome excursion also. Just for a reference, if anyone is hearing this and they're curious, if you go onto my
Mhm.
website, on the link at top is trip reports. Go to the Disney Treasure one, and you'll see all the names. Because I always mention what the code
Mhm.
is. So for, let's say, for example, one might be like GT46. That way
Mhm.
you kind of know exactly what port adventure I am talking about. And
Yeah.
then there was one more. I'm trying to think. But my treasure sailing back in
Mhm.
March probably was our third or second favorite sailing out of them all. All the
Oh, wow.
excursions we did were quite magical, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
all the offerings on the ship was
Mhm.
outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. We have not done any at Lookout. I just love the beach at Lookout. I just want to sit in the sand and just enjoy that while we're there. So we haven't done that. And Castaway, besides that Stingray one, my daughter's a water baby, so
Mhm.
we are in the water
Yep.
as soon as our feet hit the sand. We're checking out the snorkeling or going to Pelican Plunge and going on the slide. So they're on the private destinations or islands. We're just an ocean family. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. We mostly have done Caribbean or Caribbean and
Mhm.
Bahamian sailings.
Yeah.
I have on my radar a
Mhm.
2027 Alaskan sailing that I'm slowly putting together some Word documents on, and then maybe 2028 thinking of doing a European sailing. So I'll have a lot
That's
more port adventures.
Uh,
But as the
yes.
kids get
Mhm.
older, I'm kind of
Yeah. Mhm.
planning for the future.
That's
But
what I want to do.
My
I would love to
in-laws,
do both of those.
they now they just went on their second, and it's not Viking. It is like that Viking European cruise.
Mhm.
I forgot the name of it. It starts with an L, but it's a luxury cruise, and they are planning to go. I think they just did a Rhine River cruise
Okay, nice.
from Budapest to Prague. They did that, and it was about a
Very
week
nice.
long. In this same travel group, they do cruises and they do like bus tours. And so they did a
Mhm.
bus tour around the UK and part of
Okay.
Scotland, and then also did
Nice.
Ireland as well. And they're living their best lives with these cruises. Like they just tapped into their second cruise, I think, for next year in the summer.
Where
So
did they go? The Rhine cruise?
Ryan.
Budapest. That is the official way. I'm sorry. We have somebody up in One Tooth County, Virginia, but at least they keep that tooth nice and shiny. It may be yeller, but we all like corn. Yeah, get out of here, Taylor. He literally lives in a town called Farmville. I mean, you can't. The jokes write themselves. Get out of
He's
here.
got an app named after his town.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Quit sending me your request. We get it. I'm not gonna share my crops.
Oh,
A one-man
nice.
operation. But yeah, for us, of course, I have nothing else to compare to you, at least the number and the number of experiences. But the one that stood out to me, it was just the best family excursion for us, was in Falmouth, Jamaica.
Okay.
We did and we were looking like, we want something low key because we did like the dolphin encounter at, is it Georgetown, Grand Cayman? Yeah. We did the dolphin encounter. It wasn't bad. It wasn't my favorite. It was fun, but at the same time, logistically it took too long to get there. We had to wait in the baking sun for the better part of an hour. That company, that situation, we booked it through Disney, of course. We almost ate the like $75 per person round trip with a light snack, and just said, you know what, let's just walk around the port right here, just because we were at that point. But we did that excursion, but the one that absolutely I did not want to leave was Good Hope Estate in Jamaica. It was lush gardens. I did not know what to expect because it said, get ready to just relax in this beautiful, next to a river in the rainforest.
Mm-hmm.
And they pretty much it was basically like probably about this long water slide that looked a little janky at first, but actually it was a lot of fun. Went a whole lot faster than anything they had on the ship. But it was the most laid back, quiet. They had zip lines, whitewater rafting tours, but it's an old sugarcane plantation. And they had the ruins from like the mid to late 1800s when it was in full operation. So they have the stills, they have everything, and you can buy like a little tiki bar situation. They're smoking, jerk chicken wings. They've got all that going, catered to the tourists like us. But honestly, it was the most laid back. We loved it. Kids were like, "Come on, Dad, let's go do this." And yeah, I think the word of the day, if Pee Wee Herman were still here, he'd say, poor memory. Like that. That literally was that core. That was the one that really stood out to me. La Playa Mia was an all-inclusive resort at Cozumel. Had a lot of fun with that. But I felt rushed I felt pressure because the servers, they were literally fighting over one another to get your attention. No. You remember me. I serve you. You give me tip. You give me to everything shy of like, give me your money because I took care of you. Like, we're like, okay, like, we don't know if you're doing like a tip share or what was the guy's name? Diego? Either way, great time, but Good Hope Estate, it was the bang for the buck. It was fantastic. 4 hours of just laid back. It took about 30 to 45-ish minutes to get there via bus from the port at Falmouth, but we loved it. Yeah, Good Hope Estates.
Perfect. I'm writing this down.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a lush, tropical rainforest, side of the mountain, beautiful river that goes beside you, zip line over it. Yeah, tons of photo ops, no pressure to buy things. They do have a gift shop, and you can a la carte whatever excursion you want. If you're the adventurous, if you're the thrill seeker, I am not. At least on vacation, I'm not. But we loved it. Kids didn't want to go, and that's a sign of a great trip right there, a great excursion, But yeah, Taylor, did you have anything else you wanted to add, my man, or?
No, I'm looking at all the I'm researching the excursions right now.
Yeah,
I think we're going to do the 7 Mile Beach in Grand Cayman.
Okay,
there we go.
That's amazing. We did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing the cabanas at Coco Key.
Okay.
There you go. Coco Key. Nice. Yeah. I'll have to give you feedback about my cabana at Castaway. Because
please.
Heard that was the big ticket item.
Not Coco, Castaway. That's why
he's Castaway.
I'm Castaway, not Coco.
I'm not a Royal cast him away when he talks. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I think we covered every conjunction, in the human language, or at least the English language. But Chris, thank you so much for your expertise. Thank you so much for your
My pleasure.
Your time alone is.
I just love chatting about it.
There you go. Well, we can tell you're passionate about it. Like you just, your default seemed pretty chill, but as soon as we started like talking DCL and your experiences, like I can see the magic in you. I can see you lighting up over that kind of stuff, and that's really getting me excited for my trip with my family.
Yeah,
you know, because we're dads at the beginning, middle, and end of the day, and it's not easy. But at the same time, at least we're lucky enough, we work hard enough, and we can partake in these types of experiences with our children. You know,
absolutely.
That's the best part. So,
that's the main thing.
Yep.
Well, Chris, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. And if you can, you are DCLCruisingDad.com. Everyone, please check out that website. I'm looking at it now because I'm looking at your travel logs. Disney Dream, August 29th to September 21st. Your Disney Treasure, you're on from March 8th to the 15th. And then you are in the Disney Wish on the 14th to the 17th, back in the earlier part of the year. So and look at these pictures, man. Like the between the stickers or the magnets on the door, we're just now tapping into that. We ordered our Etsy Halloween themed magnets for the door. So we didn't get it until we got on the ship. I was like, all right, they're leaving goodie bags out, take a treat, leave a treat, like stuff. So we're going all in. And I'll have to report back to you and let you know.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
Hey, your advice here. We'd love to have you back on after we partake in our cruises and provide you feedback. And that would be awesome. So you're officially, even if you respond to an email or like a text message from us or a message via whatever social media platform, you're a Hall of Famer. You're officially in our family, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're an awesome star, man.
Hey, Taylor, if you have questions before Tuesday, please just we'll talk one night if you need, because I want to get you ready. That concierge window opens up and closes real quickly, and for what that price is, I want to make sure you get everything that's possible.
That.
So you just
thank you.
Just shoot me a message, and we'll chat before Tuesday.
Sounds good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate this, and I'm always down to talk anything Disney Cruise Line. I have no parks knowledge besides what's on Disney Parks blog that I read about, but I'm always down to talk Disney and make everyone's sailings magical.
And we truly appreciate it. The fact that they drain the water from the rivers of America means we need to be on a boat. We need to get on that cruise sooner than later. So it's a travesty. I know, too soon. Always too soon. R.I.P. But no, we appreciate your time, and we'll get up soon.
Awesome,
yes,
man. Thanks, guys.